Okay, I think it's synced, right? Yeah, it is synced. Uh, you can still come closer.
இது கூட என்னடா கிஃப்ட் வரணும்
Oh,
யார் தமன்னாவா தமன்னாவா பட் யாரு படத்துல இருந்தா
Trisha.
அவ்வா.
Bro, forgot the movie. We just watched it like what, an hour ago?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's the one with biryani that I had.
All right, all right. So, Thug Life. Probably the most anticipated Tamil movie of this year. Would you say that?
Uh-huh.
No, no. I told you, do not have so much biryani before recording a video, dude. It's a Sunday, so it's like a tradition for us to have biryani, and bro ate like a buttload of biryani. Not to expose you like that, but I told you to go easy on that. But whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, getting back to the movie, Thug Life, the most anticipated Tamil movie of this year. I mean, I think so. What do you think?
Uh, I mean, yeah, I did have expectations for that film, so it wasn't. I mean, after like seeing the reviews,
Uh,
we didn't go to watch that film, and I thank God for it. But yeah,
no, like, was it the most anticipated movie of this year, Tamil movie of this year?
yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, right. Even I don't think even Cooley has so much buzz, right? As much as Thug Life did. Does it have as much as Thug Life did? That's the question.
yeah, I think so.
Okay, that's a claim. So which means it had high
Yeah,
expectations. Okay, so should I ask you, did was that expectations fulfilled?
no. I mean, did you see my face watching that film?
I swear, I think like 2 hours into the film or 1 hour 45 hours into the film, you were asking me to skip through it, right?
I couldn't sit through the film.
I felt like that once after the interval block started. Over that damn one guy to tell him to get the fuck away from here. Started recording at the wrong time.
It's 4 o'clock.
Yeah, not his fault. Right? Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. I think right after the interval block, I thought, okay, I can't sit through this, and it's kind of getting really, really bad at this point. But you felt that like a bit later, right?
Like right after
Uh,
the first half, I just couldn't
you
sit
lost
through
it.
it.
Yeah,
I lost
okay. I saw that in your face. So anyway, I think let's go easy on this movie, at least in the very beginning. So let's start with the pros. And trust me, I tried so hard to like get the pros. I don't even know what to say at this point. But I have tried. I tried to squeeze in some pros in the review, and then and yeah, what are those? Let's start with you. What do you think the pros are?
it. Kamal. I mean, obviously, Kamal.
Uh,
It's his film.
uh,
Obviously, he puts his 100% into the film,
uh.
and
You can't copy my points. Come up with something original. Bro.
yeah,
That's
Bro's cheek spoke a lot in that film.
the
Uh,
first shot, the light skin stare. I was like,
Bro was trying to impregnate the audience, and I'm sure if you have gone to the theater, you might have
like
enjoyed it, but it didn't work for me at
I
least.
was like, why is he directly looking at me?
Yeah, put that shot
Yeah,
at the
yeah, yeah.
same.
I will, I will. I was like, bro's trying to resist everyone. Huh?
Yeah, I just laughed
Laughed, right?
in that
Even
scene.
I
Yeah,
laughed. I think in the theater I would have like laughed out loud. Not just him, but I noticed like in a couple of scenes, so many like some of the actors were directly looking into the
yeah,
camera.
yeah, yeah. Even
Mm.
like in the shootout scene, the first black and white scene
Yeah,
there,
yeah, yeah.
a guy just peeps like
Yeah,
டோர்ல இருந்து இப்படி வந்து பாப்பாரு camera.
yeah, yeah.
He looks into the camera. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Did Maniratnam not tell you what to do? Did he direct it with his assistants?
Let's get to MR, okay? I'm
Yeah,
really, really disappointed with him in this one specifically. But yeah, I'll start with the pros. But like he said, I do think Kamal is like the biggest plus. I think he did the heavy lifting. Like if it wasn't for him, I mean it is an unwatchable film, but still it would have been like as like the character somewhat made sense because of what Kamal brought to the picture. At least that's what I feel like. Because the characters weren't really fleshed out that well. I will talk about it later. But and then I thought Ashok Selvan was really, really good in this film. In fact, he's the only good part about this film.
yeah. I
At
mean
least,
the shift between Portfolio and this.
Yeah, yeah, that's a point you mentioned, so I'll let you have it.
Yeah.
So him playing like a very mature cop and then going to a very charismatic, confident cop. I don't know if it's the look or the dialogues that did that. I feel like he pulled it off really well. I really liked it.
The look did help him,
Yeah,
but sure, it was very good. Like
very good.
his character, I think his character is the best character,
Best character in the
at
movie.
least in terms of writing.
And that man was in the movie for like what 10 minutes.
Probably less
That's the
than that.
best character of this film. Kamal was throughout. They are throughout the film, just so you know. And then let's get to the concept because there's literally nothing else to say about this film. Good points. First point, I would say I just don't see why Kamal and MR, MR in the sense like Mani Ratnam picked this script out of all the scripts they could have possibly chosen.
Yeah. I
Right?
mean the
Hmm?
Jojo Jaws guy, right? He said in Kamal Hassan's sci-fi they
That's
have
his name,
100.
Jojo George.
I
Okay.
think so. I might be pronouncing it wrong, but
Uh,
he said the Kamal Hassan has 150 scripts on his iPad.
okay.
If this is at the top, then I'm just imagining like what would the rest of the script would be like. It's crazy.
I don't think this is the top script though. Are you sure?
If, I mean, if they are picking a film, they should pick the
Pick the
top one.
best one, right? Yeah, okay, okay.
I don't.
And this one, I just don't see the end goal of this film. Like, what were you trying to tell with this film is my problem. Like, do
Uh,
you know, like, what is the end goal? Like,
the first half was basically a mashup. They
yeah.
just put a bunch of scenes together, and they were
Mm.
like first half, and then they moved on to the. I felt like the story started
Mm.
in second half.
Right, at the interval
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
basically. Okay, okay.
So the first half was like I don't know. And another point,
Mm.
Mani Ratnam, the
Mm.
movies, the
Mm.
cinematography is like the biggest point. Right?
He shoots it really well.
Yeah,
Like, even if you watch his old films, like, what's that film with
Thalapathy.
Karthik and Prabhu?
Uh,
Agni
Karthik.
Nakshatram. Agni Nakshatram, 80s film.
Mm.
At that time, shooting the movie like with proper cinematography and lighting wasn't even a thing. But if you see songs like Roja Puwadi, you don't even know that song, right? Like the songs are like so colorful and beautiful to look at. Even when it wasn't a thing, he made it a thing. That's how good and advanced he was. Him making such a mediocre shit is just so disappointing to me.
Even Ponniyin Selvan had a better like cinematography angle.
Yeah, yeah, and Ponniyin Selvan is a really bad short film. Like, it's not a very well shot film at all. Like, the close-ups were awful in that film as well. Comparing to that, this is so much worse.
Like they were like, the close up, like oh, it's way too close
Yeah,
to the
it was
face.
awkward.
I was able to see my sorry to Kamal Hassan's eyebrows like moving.
Flinching.
Yeah, bro, why are you so close, dude? Why are you so close?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Even I saw, like, I thought it's Kamal, like, trying his best to, make that character empathetic or whatever. I thought that's what that was, but he was actually doing it. Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying?
No, no, no. For the wind, it was like moving.
Ah, okay, okay. So, okay. Okay, I know what you're saying. I
Yeah,
get what you're saying.
it was way too close, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then, like I said, the vision wasn't very clear. Like, initially, it started as okay, Simbu trying to find his sister or something like emotionally would be built around that. I thought that's where the plot was going. And then during the second half, oh, okay, it's a typical revenge plot, which is shit, by the way. This is like the most typical mediocre plot ever, like even for a revenge story. There's nothing new to it. And then somewhere in the middle of the first half, I thought, okay, it's going to be about uh, what are the mistakes people who live this lifestyle make. Like, what are the mistakes they are gonna make by just being men in that world, and what are the consequences and how they affect people around them. I still do think that's what they were trying to do, and somewhere down the line they lost the vision.
Can you even see me? Bro,
Yo.
just turn on the light.
Dude,
I've been trying to like take this out.
bro, I'm out here yapping and putting my fucking soul to this shit, and bro's like, I can't see me. World and effects of it. Like, there's a dialogue, like a very good dialogue between Kamal and Simbu. Like, Delhi makes everyone like. people in Delhi, that's what they do. People in this business, they kill their son. I've heard stories about
Mm.
men killing their son and then siblings killing each other and all that. That's what the business makes the people do. It drives them crazy, which I thought that was a very interesting plot. Like they could have explored that part, but I feel like that was just left behind. And they chose like a typical revenge fucking story as the main plot, and God was just awful. Like couldn't sit through. Yeah,
அந்த ஒரு பிளாட்குள்ள நிறைய சப் பிளாட் இருந்துச்சு.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot. அதையே அவங்க ஒழுங்கா எக்ஸ்ப்ளோர் பண்ணியிருந்தா கூட மேபி படம் நல்லா இருக்க சான்சஸ் இருக்கும்.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah. And then Maniratnam, why did Maniratnam choose this script? Okay, Maniratnam, in so many interviews, he has mentioned that people, many big actors come to him like asking for movies, like, can we work together? I like your movies and all that. But most of the times he had to say no because he doesn't see a vision, like, he doesn't see anything new or exciting to do. In fact, when Nayagan, before Nayagan happened, I think Kamal wanted to do something different, like a remake or something. He wanted Maniratnam to direct it, but Maniratnam wasn't interested, and he said no. And then Kamal asked him like, "What do you have in mind?" And then Nayagan happened. So he has that balls, like to say no when it's not interesting or when he's not interested. What made you choose this? Is all I want to know. Did he get into debt or something? On God, like why? Oh, honestly, don't know. Like someone who wrote Iruval, Guru, Kannathil Muttamital wrote some god awful piece of shit like this. It wasn't engaging at all. Like most of the dialogues here and there, I did feel like okay, this is a Maniratnam film because of the dialogues. Like in some places,
Yeah,
like I did feel like there was some genius, what do you call, character conversations and all that. But it's just that for the most part, I did feel like I don't think he made a lot of creative decisions in this movie. I did feel like since Kamal produced it, since Kamal starred in it, I did feel like he let him take the wheel and he just sat back and watched the whole thing happen. What do you think?
it's just, I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say, yeah, because I'm so mad because
Uh,
they compared this film
uh,
with Nayagan before it got released.
yeah, that's because they are working together after Nayak.
How like just doesn't make sense. நாயகன் எங்க இருக்கு இந்த படம் எங்க இருக்கு? You compare this with that. I don't know, man.
People told me like the intro scene is like the best part of the movie, and even the intro scene was very average too.
So, another thing I hate about the film,
Mm.
எல்லாத்தையும் அவங்க சிம்பிளா பிளான் அவுட் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. இன்க்ளூடிங் த கமலஹாசன் இன்ட்ரோ.
Mm.
எல்லாம் முடிச்சிட்டு சரி கமலஹாசன் எதிர்த்தாங்கன்னா பின்னுக்கு ஒரு மியூசிக்கும் ஒரு ஸ்லோமோ ஷாட்டும் மூஞ்சி கிட்ட.
The music, oh my god, how infuriating was that, dude? You watch any Maniratnam film, you will never see a moment where they use this hyper, loud music ever. It's mostly silent. You take something like CCV, right? You will rarely find a moment where they blast music in your ears. It's mostly subtle, silent, and it sets the environment and the pacing too. Because the characters are not over the top or loud as well. Because in Maniratnam films you will never find loud people. Most of them are like smart, very laid back, chill and all that, right? Except one or two, maybe Ravan, and that's because he's supposed to be that person, right? Vikram Ravan.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and here also the characters are like that, but the music just felt so out of place. It didn't fit the movie. That Paul Dabba song.
Dude, அந்த சாங் நீ அலோனா வச்சிருந்தா
Mm,
ஓகே,
mm,
குட் சாங் தான்.
mm.
பட் எஸ்டிஆர் என்ட்ரி நேரம்
Yeah.
இட் டசன்ட் சூட் த
Suit,
சீன்.
it doesn't suit the theme of the film 100%. It was just loud and annoying. That's what I thought at least.
எனக்கு லவுடா இருக்கிறது கூட பிரச்சனை இல்லை. இட்
Yeah.
டசன்ட் சிங்க்.
Yeah, yeah.
இப்போ
Maniratnam doesn't do the heroic. It's not his cup of tea. You get it. Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses, and doing like a very heroic mass scenes, it's just not him.
இப்படி சொல்ல இல்லடா, யூ டேக் தளபதி, இவன் நீ நாயகன்.
No, no, but they are very subtle. It's still done in his style. Like in Talabadi, Rajinikanth's intro is basically him punching the shit out of a
Cop.
cop, right? That's the intro. It's massive, but still it's in his style. It's in his ground. You get it? It doesn't go to that, what do you call, slow. I mean, there are slow mo shots, but not this hair going all around. And you get the
Yeah,
typical Tamil cinema's mass, right? He doesn't do all that. But in this movie, that was there like throughout the film. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Like, you had something different going on for you, and then are you out of juice? It's one thing is clear to me. I don't think he has that dog in him anymore. He's out of juice. You get it?
yeah.
He's out of touch. That's clear to me. What do you think?
Uh, so he doesn't have the dog in him.
Yeah, he doesn't have that dog in him, bro. So yeah,
இல்ல, I mean, they have made like films எவ்வளோ 2 decades, 3 decades.
Aniruddham has been making movies since the 80s, the early 80s.
I mean, at some point they
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
run out of juice, so it's fine.
No, no, no. Look, it doesn't change the fact that he's a legend.
Yeah,
Okay, he is like that guy.
he is him.
He is him. He is the one. He set standards for Tamil cinema, man. Like
Him and
if
Kamal, they
yeah,
both did it.
they if they didn't do their part, I still think we would be like a very low standard cinema. But they did what they did, and we have to like recognize that. But it's a creative job, right? After a point, you will run out of things to say. You'll lose the what do you call the confidence and the strength in your steps and all that, right? And I think that's what happens, and it's okay. But he's in his 60s right now.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Kamal,
No,
I
Maniratnam.
mean, would be.
Could be. So it's okay to like, retire.
Yeah,
Like even Quentin Tarantino,
yeah.
right? He's going to make his last film and then he's gonna retire. Because he believes that it's a creative job. After a point you will run out. Like that strength won't be there anymore. When it's time to back out, just back out, dude. So what I think.
Let's not say that. We don't want to get into any trouble. இல்ல, take your time at least. Like, build a proper script because என்ன சொல்றது இதுல வந்து it had a style of செக்க சிவந்தா. It was very clear, at
Yeah,
least for me.
some shades
அதை
of
பெஞ்ச் மார்க் பண்ணி எடுத்த ஒரு படமா அப்படித்தான் இருக்கு. ஆனா அது ஒழுங்கா கொஞ்சம் பண்ணியிருக்கலாம் பிகாஸ் அதுல இருந்து இன்ஸ்பயர் பண்ணி கூட இன்னொன்று நான் நல்லா தான் எடுத்திருக்கலாம்.
okay. I mean I can see where you're coming from, but I don't think this is like CCV. I mean a little bit, but it can't be compared to that. You know why? That movie was written very from the very beginning. Everything was established very well. We synced with the characters so early in the film, and we understood them. Here nothing. Here nothing. It was just a snooze fest.
நார்மலா தமிழ் படத்துல தே ஒர்க் ஆன் த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஹாஃப் அந்த செகண்ட் ஹாஃப் அப்படியே விட்டுருவாங்க. இந்த படத்துல மட்டும் தான் தே ஹேவ் டன் இட் டிஃபரெண்ட்லி. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஹாஃப் நீ என்ன வேணா பண்ணிக்க, செகண்ட் ஹாஃப்ல தான் நாங்க கதைக்குள்ள வரோம்.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the plot is also very, very predictable. I mean, we mentioned it already. There's nothing much to say there also. And then subplots, like you said, the main story, the conflict begins at in the first in the interval point. I mean, I've seen that in movies before. Most of the Tamil movies typically follow that, but even in Dragon, the conflict starts at the midpoint, right?
அட்லீஸ்ட் இட் வாஸ் என்கேஜிங். ஐ டென்ட் ஃபீல் லைக் ஓகே இங்கே தான் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகுதுங்கிற மாதிரி ஃபீல் ஆகலை இதில். ஐ ஜஸ்ட் ஃபெல்ட் இட் ஓகே இப்போ தான் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகுது அந்த
Yeah.
மாதிரி.
So, like he said, it was just a set of events that just occur until the main plot starts. That's the first half, right? And this, but I don't understand the need for these unnecessary subplots. Like you're bringing in this sister story, like Simbu's whole backstory and all that.
இல்லை அது கூட ஓகேங்கிற மாதிரி பிகாஸ் அட் தி எண்ட்
It
இட்
paid off.
ஹேஸ் இட்
Okay,
பேஸ் ஆஃப்
okay.
வச்சுக்கோங்க.
Let's just keep that.
ம்.
And then there's this Trisha subplot and all that shit. And then what are the other subplots?
இவன் அண்ணன் தம்பி அது ஒன்று.
Ah, yeah, there's that. And then their business subplot, if you can even call. And then his her Kamal's daughter marriage thing, another subplot.
Political thing.
Yeah, yeah. Why are you involving so many subplots if it's not going to count to anything, if it's not going to add up to anything? Why are you doing that? Like honestly, I was so confused on where this movie was going for a very long time.
Yeah.
I felt like these small subplots were way more interesting than the main plot they choose, right?
Yes.
And then we have to talk about that awkward subplot. Mm, how did you feel about that?
Not answer. I'm just because we had plans on going to this film with family.
Yeah.
I'm thanking God that it didn't happen because I don't think I'll be able to sit through the yeah Trisha scene. It was like even that அதுக்கப்புறம் இன்னொரு scene வேற இருக்கு சிம்புவோட. Oh my God. நீ அதை முடிச்சுட்டு வா.
Okay, so I understand the actors and they are playing characters, and I should understand that this is not anything more than that, and I should be okay with it. But for some reason, that was so awkward to sit through. I don't know why. I don't. I can't. Is it the age difference?
தெரி- தெரியல. I don't. I think so because in the film the guy looks very old and she looks young.
Young.
It could be one of the reasons. I don't know. Or else because it might be just common.
Yeah, and I do think just because Kamal says yes to anything, people do make him like do all this fucking garbage shit. Like, look, I can understand you want to explore the theme of adultery, but I feel like it was done much better in CCV. Like, there, Arvind Swami's character gets involved in adultery, right?
Mm.
But
Even in Nayaganla கூட தான் அந்த girl mother
no,
prostitution
that's a
பண்ணுவாங்க.
prostitution. He gets a prostitute and then marries a prostitute and gives her a life. But here
இதுலயும்
he cheats on his own wife. And then surprisingly, the women in Maniratnam's films are okay with cheating.
yeah, a saint basically. They will be like, we accept it.
In CCB, what I thought is, oh, okay, he's just a rugged guy, and then this is his lifestyle, and the woman understands this lifestyle, and she chooses to go with him, like go with the flow, basically. But here it just felt so wrong for some.
Bro cheats and he's like, எனக்கு diabetes இருக்கு.
Yeah,
அதெல்லாம் நான் பண்றேன்.
yeah. It's just a disease. Like I don't want to do that. It's just I can't help it. Like, bro, calm your horny ass down. Dude. I don't know. It was so awkward. I think I I don't know why. Like I couldn't watch that. Like it didn't add anything. Like Trisha's character was just could have avoided, but I don't know for some reason it just was there. I guess. And then mm,
Jesse.
and then
Jesse
that
என்ன
Jesse,
சொல்றது?
I have never seen such a bad scene in a Maniratnam film like that scene before. Like the Simbu and him talking, right? Jesse talking, right?
Jesse
Not
இல்ல
Jesse, but the girl.
இந்திராணியா?
It did feel like they were trying to call back that movie. Like, bro, just because both of them are in the movie doesn't mean they should fight all the time. It's always like Simbu begging for sex and then she's rejecting. Like we watched that for 2.5 hours straight back in 2010. We don't need to watch it again. I don't want it. And it was shot so badly. And the dialogues were awful. Like what was the point of that scene is all I want to know.
I think they were just trying to establish like, okay, they did. This is what Simbu did on the mother. Because sometimes people will be unclear on what he did. Right?
I
If
mean,
they are dumb, then yeah. But
yeah.
I think that's what they were trying to do. They were like rapping. Simbu was rapping constantly.
Yeah, I was
It was
like,
like
yeah, okay. She wasn't listening to him. He wasn't listening to him. I'm like, can you please shut up and listen to each other for a minute?
the dialogues. Too.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut up! What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? I have to go right now. I'm getting.
சில scenesல that the dialogues are very good.
Yeah,
முதனி சொன்ன மாதிரி, you know, and then Ashok Selvan and Kamal Haasan. Ashok Selvan introduction scene le
yeah,
hospital உட்காந்து
yeah, yeah,
பேசுவாங்க.
yeah. That was
Even
really
that
good.
was really.
Yeah.
And then you cut to Simbu and Trisha.
I don't know. I hate every scene. I hated every scene with Trisha. Awful, honestly awful.
Glad that character died.
Character died. Oh yeah, she.
Otherwise கடைசியில வந்து அவங்க வந்து நிற்பாங்க. ரெண்டு பேரும் சண்டை போட்டுக்கிறாங்க. நீயா நானா.
Yeah. Thank God. And then Simbu's character. Yeah. And then look, Simbu is supposed to be the person that goes head to head with Kamal, right? Did you feel like the conflict was strong?
No.
No, right? One, there's one problem over there. And then two, So they are they have this point where their relationship breaks, right? Once Kamal suspects Simbu, and that's supposed to be the scene where it breaks Simbu and breaks the trust, and that makes Simbu turn into another person, right?
அது சரி எனக்கு விளங்கவே இல்லை. எங்க நீ உடஞ்சியா அப்ப நீ என்ன பண்ண அப்ப I just didn't get the scene.
I can understand trying to play it subtle, but I did feel like
It was way too subtle.
no, it was not addressed at all.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
சந்தேகப்பட்டோன்னு ஒரு கார்ல இருந்து விளையாடு
Yeah,
அவ்வளவுதான் நடந்துச்சு.
like I look.
The character he is questionable.
Yeah,
Like they show him as this good guy, and then அடுத்து அடுத்து
his
நிறைய டார்க் சைடு
evolution just didn't make any
Yeah.
sense, right? Like, where are we going with him? Like, I just don't get it.
அவனை கெட்டவனா இருந்து நல்லவனும் ஆக்கல, நல்லவனா இருந்து அவனை கெட்டவனும் ஆக்கல, என்னமோ ஆக்கி வச்சிருக்கீங்க அவனை. எனக்கு புரியல.
Yeah, and this character is supposed to be like, go head to like supposed to go head to head with the main protagonist. But after the second half, I think he just disappeared. After the first half, he just disappeared, right? He was barely in the film.
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஹாஃப்ல இருந்தாரு, and then சிம்போட விவேகம் சீன் வந்துச்சு,
Yeah.
and then at the end he comes up. He was just there.
He was rarely in the film when he's supposed to be like he's supposed to be carrying the film. I'm honestly very, very confused with what they were trying to do with Simbu.
Simbu's character is just not written well. I mean, he did a good job. Simbu,
Yeah, if it wasn't for Simbu, people would have fucked this character up so
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
If anyone had done this, that's it. Forget about it. It's him. He is the one who did the heavy lifting again with this character. You were going to say something, no?
No, I was just going to say like
Mm.
Dulquer and Jim Ravi dodged the biggest bullet in
Yeah,
their
yeah,
entire career.
Yeah. This one, Dulquer chose what's that other movie?
Lucky Bastard.
Lucky Bhaskar over this, and that movie made like the biggest money ever. So yeah, good for him. I mean, he knows saying no to Maniratnam film good. Ultimately,
I
it's
thought
a no.
that was the dumbest decision that he might have made at that time,
Yeah.
but now I understand.
I understand. What's the character he was going to play? Probably
I-
Simbu's, right?
I don't think he could have pulled it off. I mean, Simbu, I don't think. Like, I can't picture another person playing that character.
That's
Because
because
Simbu
you
played
know,
it off.
yeah.
Well,
One, Simbu is just the most confident guy in the room. You get it? He has that like balls to do that. Go head to head with such a big actor and just play it so in a very subtle way. I feel like only he can do that. On very few actors with that confidence. He has that. So there's that. And then relationships were not established well. Trisha's character, we spoke about that already. Simbu's character, like Simbu and Kamal's character, like they mention Simbu is like the smartest character, right? Simbu is like, oh, after
Rangara Shakti.
Ragara Satyavel, he's supposed to take the throne and he's supposed to be the next big dog in Mumbai or whatever, right?
But that was eventually gonna happen. Like, சுத்த முட்டை கொஞ்சம் ஒழுங்கா எடுத்துருந்தாங்க, அது நடந்திருக்கும்.
He was anyway the big dog, dude. But I think the killing happened because of his doubts, you get it? But again, it could have easily been avoided. Why did you do that? I think it's because people around him manipulated.
It wasn't clear.
Okay, it wasn't clear. Yeah,
It wasn't clear. Bro, they just showed like, அதை கூட ஒழுங்கா காட்டல அப்படின்னு சொன்னாங்க, அதோட போயிட்டாரு, போய் சுட்டாரு.
So they mention him as like the smartest man after Shaktivel and all that, right? One, he easily got manipulated like some child. Okay, dumb indicator one. Two, he never went to look for his sister. Indicator two. And he does something that's even more dumber. This made him look a bit dumber. He tried to shag his dad's his dad's side chick.
He did.
He tried to. He didn't shag. He tried to.
He did.
What do you mean he shagged?
Bro, it was she saying it, right? But she was literally saying it.
What?
அந்த தம்பிங்கிறான் எப்படி வந்து பழகிட்டு இருக்கான்.
That's because he was trying to hit on him.
அடே,
He tried to hit on her.
I think they did.
You think you caught on to something?
Yeah,
That's it.
I don't know how to explain it. Because இந்த சீன்லனா அந்த confrontation scene இருக்குதானே.
What confrontation?
Confrontation இல்ல, த்ரிஷாவும் சிம்பு பேசிட்டு இருந்தாங்க பீச்ல.
Yeah.
அப்ப சொல்லுவா தானடா, மிருகம் காவிருச்சு, ஐ அம் ராட்டன் சம்திங்.
That's him trying to explain why he's horny. That's all. Like, bro, I'm so horny. I want to shag you. That's it. That's what he's trying to say. But
I
I don't think the guy shagged.
I think he did.
Okay, leave it in the comments. I guess I don't think he shagged, but he
I
thinks
think
he
I
fucking
think
raped her or something. But
rape
whatever.
filler, but I think
I mean, she wasn't willing, so it's if it had happened, it's probably a rape. But whatever. Um, and then what's the other indicator that to say that Shakti is down? Shakti, sorry, Amaran is down.
yeah.
There was something else I forgot. He did something so retarded again. And then yeah, this was like the biggest indicator that he's like the dumbest person in the room. So Kamal kills this guy's nephew, right? And then he shook hands with him and made like a made him a business partner. The
Mm.
like obviously he's gonna try to kill you, dude.
இல்ல the end that guy dies right அதுக்கப்புறம் அவன்ட nephew தான் nephew தான் ஆமா nephew
Yeah,
தான்
yeah.
மறுபடியும்
Again, his son or nephew again tries to kill him, but it's so weird to me that you shook hands with him and just never like bothered to look into it. Like Shaktivel was warning him about this could go south like any time, and he wasn't really concerned. I'm like, are you really the smartest person in the room? I don't think so. Like you say he's the smartest person in the room, but I just don't see it.
I don't know I think it was the biggest indicator.
Okay, but I think these four, like the bro, Amaran is dumb. You're not supposed to put him in the throne. He's fucking stupid. That's what that's what I felt like. And then the fight scene. What do you think about the action scenes?
Action scenes it, it was okay எனக்கு
Mm,
it wasn't bad
mm.
but
It just wasn't interesting.
it wasn't interesting it was way too long
Mm.
இன்னொன்னு
Too much of it.
too much of it and then Kamal Haasan's the
Stunned
dope
out.
stunt அவள் வழங்கிச்சு
It was so obvious that's another person, but okay, he's old and all that. I get it. But usually you don't see this in a Maniratnam films. In Maniratnam film, you will barely see any action. Okay, this movie had more action scenes than the rest of his films combined. There's
yeah
so much action. This is not even his strength, and he was trying to do something. It wasn't interesting. I just don't know what the end goal, what they were trying to achieve with this thing. So yeah, I think what does it say? I think that's enough. Yeah, wow, we've been yapping for 40 minutes too.
ஒரு 20 minutes தான் வரும்
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna cut it and make it to 20 minutes. So yeah, that's about it for this video. See ya.